Good day everyone. Today we'll be talking about how to use SPSS. So far we've received a numerous number of requests, so that's why we are doing this video. So we'll be talking about what is SPSS, how do we use SPSS, and what is SPSS used for. Firstly, SPSS is the statistical package for the social science, and it is used for data analysis, it is used for data collection and a numerous number of things that we can use it for. And if we are talking about how to use SPSS, so today we'll be discussing on how to use SPSS. So far to what I've documented, we'll be going by this. So I'm opening my PDF for this introduction of SPSS. So, and we have in the table of content we have SPSS definition and uses, and the main thing that we have tried to do this video is to showcase how the SPSS interview look like. So we'll be touring on this the most. So we'll be opening the package. So as we are doing the theoretical part, we'll be going through the practical aspect, so it will collide for us to understand it very well. And the main thing that people used to have issue with is also the interpretation, so we are going with that too. But the main thing that I want everyone to focus on is when we are going on the interface overview. Main thing, I will be skimming on most things that is not that like you don't need it the most. So I will be skimming on that, and I will be focusing on more on what we need, like the variable view and data view and the toolbar where we'll be having most of our what we need the most, like the analysis and the output we're talking about too. So we are following the steps that is in our PDF. We have SPSS definition and uses, we have SPSS interface overview and interpretation, and we have workflow, and we have common mistakes. We have common mistakes that everyone needs to note that, okay, if I do this is a mistake on SPSS. So I'm going with this. So this lecture, SPSS definition, this is what we got. SPSS definition and uses, SPSS interview overview, data menu, transfer menu, analysis and graph, data view and variable view in details, variable properties as you have it on the SPSS, importance of variable labels and value labels, output interpretation, that's why I put very important. One page cheat sheet on output interpretation. So just there is one page cheat sheet that we have prepared, so we are working through this. So as I'm opening this SPSS to the next page, I will be opening the package. So as we are going through this PDF, we'll be going through what we have. We'll be going through the package and we'll be going through what we have for everyone. So I think everyone is seeing this very clear, and okay, you can be pausing if I'm too fast, because some aspect that I said I will be skimming them, so probably you might be pausing if you want to be writing or if you want to be noting some stuff down. So SPSS is a statistical package for the social science. It's software used for enter data, that's data entry, manage variable, perform statistical analysis, produce table charts, and that's the output aspect. And it is widely used in social science, business management, health science, education, psychology. So statistics is most of these other departments that is doing some other stuff, like maybe in the medical line or in other line, they need statistics. And you said SPSS looks like Excel for data entry, but with powerful statistical analysis built in. So it's just like Excel for data entry, but it has some built-in statistical analysis that is we use it to run. So it has some built-in like the toolbar that we have a lot of stuff, and the menu bar we have a lot of stuff there. So volume 2 of our PDF, which we have the SPSS interview overview, that's the screen tour. So I'm not opening the package, so as I'm going through this, I will be going through the, so here we have it. So the first page that we have it here is what we call the toolbar, where we have the file, edit, view data, and this everything that we have. So I want to enter some data here. So this the toolbar here, the menu bar, the menu bar will on if I have enter any data here. Now let me just type name. Now this open, because if you have not entered any data, this menu bar will not on for us to have been use it to explain some stuff. So let me go back to the PDF. So we have the toolbar and we have the menu bar, we have the data editor window. So the data editor window, here is what we have everything for everyone. And we have the status bar, which is the bottom, and we have the output window, that's EDZ, the output window, that's where we see our output of what we have done. So let's go with the first thing, with the A part, that's the toolbar top section. So we have in the toolbar new file, open, save, undo, print, chart. So let's check if it is the same. We have file, still like if you do this file, edit, view, and everything is still the same. You have it to be okay. Now if I press Ctrl O, that's if I want to open a new file on the system. Let me just try it. Ctrl O, and yes, it already prompts us to open a new file. So that's a new shortcut if you don't know that. And if you press Ctrl O and other stuff, that's when the new file open, that's where the existing file open. If you want to use for new file, if you can press Ctrl N, so the new file will generate, even though you are working on a file before and you want to go to a new file. So you just press Ctrl N and you can save with Ctrl S, undo with, probably you can undo with Ctrl Z, but most time when you are on some cells on SPSS, the Ctrl Z will not work until you go to the toolbar section. So there is there that you go to edit. That's when you go and edit. Okay, you want to undo, you want to redo, and we have the, let's just skim through this, similar to MS Word and Excel toolbar, still the same, but we are talking about SPSS is somehow the same, with it has some likely effect with other Microsoft package. So we have the menu bar, which is located at the very top. The menu bar and the toolbar sometimes looks like it makes some, like you feel like, oh, is this toolbar, is this menu bar, everything they are not like, they are just, we just need to separate them so for you to understand. So we have, this is the toolbar, this is also the menu bar. We can say the same, we can say they are the same, because what is in the toolbar is also in the menu bar. So let's open. So we have the file, open, edit, view, that's the toolbar and status bar. So we have data, which is, here is it, let me open it back so you can be seeing it. File, edit, view, data, transform, analyze, graphs, utility, extension, window, and that's our menu bar also. That's our menu bar. So we have, if you click on here, you see, like if you want to save or you want to open, that's, and if you don't want to use all the shortcuts that I've mentioned, if you have clicked here, you see what to do. And this edit, you see it, you scroll down, you see the drop down, you see the drop down for everything, for the drop down for file, the drop down for edit, the drop down for view data. If you want to do any data also, here is it. So if you want to transform, if you want to analyze, if you want to use graph, utilities, extension, most likely you don't need this extension for now. As a student, maybe if you are a business, you need this extension. Have the window, you have the episode. If you want to check whether the SPSS is confirmed, I think we've done that on the video guide on how to install. So we'll be skimming through this and going through this. We'll be going through this menu bar also, because we have some stuff in there that you need to know, some key menus that you need to note. So we have this data. If you check everything, you are seeing it. So if you have the data menu, yes, the data menu, use the sort case. As you have seen here, here is the data menu. If you want to, it is used to sort case, and it is used to split files, select kits, with cases like, okay. Now if you click on it, you can use it to define a variable, to copy data property. Is because we've not input in a data here, so we are just running through how to use it. So you can use it rake with, and you can use to do all other stuff. Use a split file that we have mentioned. Here is it. You can use it to split into files, copy data sets. You can copy all the data that you've had in the data view. Just copy everything that you have in there. So I think if we can check through also, because SPSS is broad, so even though we've done the video, you can still do more research on your own, so as to help you further. So we are going with that example. Like, it is used to filtering mail respondents only and analyze groups separate. You can separate, when you separate the file, you can do it, you can do the separate analysis. So transform, yeah, the transform also. Like now, if you already have your data and you want to group, okay, you want to group your mean after performing the mean, or you perform the sum, or other, or you run other descriptive, like you perform the mean or summation. You want to now, okay, you want to compute new variable, like you want to compute the variable, like you want to compute the the dependent and independent variables. So you use the transform menu to compute new variable. You can use it to record value and create category. Like let's check. So when you click on transform, see compute variable, you can use it to compute new variable. So it's because we don't have data yet. So if you click on this, you before you use this transform, you should have already have the data ready. So when you have the data and you have performed the main, when you perform the main, so you now go to compute new variable. When you click on compute new variable, it will take you to this place where you do. So I will still explain this when we have data set. So I will explain the complete variable when we have the data set. You can use it to sheet value. You can use it to do a numerous number of store spots to what you have documented. You can use it to replace missing value if you have a missing value there in your work. So example, converting marks into grade, and you can use to convert also, like the main values. You can use the convert, like you want to convert the um the values that you have already gotten, like the main value, and you want to convert it to quantitative variables. If you want to convert it to quantitative variables, you can just click on compute, and the sum that I already done, and you convert it to a quantitative variables, which you use to run other analysis. So let's go to the next step that we have the analysis menu. So which we said is, and we said transform change the data. Yes, if you transform, it's change the data from the data that's already input to maybe the main value. Okay, now the main value is transformed to a quantitative variable which is used to analyze further. So let's now go to analyze menu. So we have in the analyze menu descriptive statistics, we have the t-test and over regression and non-parametric text. So if you want to, now we have your data sets and you want to run the analysis. So here is what you click. See, you have this, you have the means proportion, means you have one sample t-test, peer sample t-test one way and over, and you have descriptive statistics. You can explore more on this. You have the cross tab where you see your chi-square and the likes. So we have the Bayesian statistics, we have tables. You want to do custom tables, you go there. We have the general linear model, we have the univariate, multivariate, and we have correlation, we have regression, we have numerous number of analysis that you can use. This analysis, this is the art of SPSS, as we have said. So we'll be working more on this if you have example that we are working on. So let's now go to but I want you to note that if you have gotten to the data editor, so that's the most part that we need. So as you have said, you can use it to perform different number of analysis, also as correlation example. You can use to analyze descriptive, and let's just go to that. Like now, you can if you click on analyze and you want to perform descriptive statistics and you want to do the frequency. Like now, if we surely run a simple analysis after we have get to the data editor view. So that's where we input some data for explanation and we use it to run. So we have the output also. So let's now go. I have the data. Yes, here is where we are going. I have the data editor window. So the data editor window is divided into two, as we have said, and the main part that you are focusing on, you have the 5 main parts which we have listed above. So this is the third part that we are going. So we have, here is the data view and here is the variable view. Here is the data view and here is the variable view. So the first thing, when you after you have note all what we have discussed earlier, once you open your SPSS, the first place that you need to, maybe you want to enter something or you want to do some other stuff, the first place that you put anything, no matter what you are doing, the first place is the variable view before you go to data view, because it's the variable view that we use to define our data, and the data view is just for data entry. So let's go back to the PDF. So the main working area is divided into two. We have the data view and the variable. That's the main working area, and the working area is also in the output aspect. That's when you have generate your analysis and you want to do the interpretation. We'll be switching between these two constantly. Like, okay, you want to make some changes. Like now, maybe your design variable, you want to change something there, or in the data view, just go to data view and do some other stuff. So define your variable before entering data into data view. This is a note. This is a note. They said define your variable before entering data into the data view, and never start data entry before defining your variable in the variable view.